Hi there, just recording a little video with my acoustometer to show you what the Bluetooth sounds like when it's turned on. I'm working on a hardwired computer to record this with no Wi-Fi and in a very low EMF environment. So if I turn my meter off and on, you'll see that it's not lighting up at all. There's nothing happening. I've got the sound on, nothing's happening. If I turn the Bluetooth on my screen, even though it's not going to be doing anything in terms of communicating with anything else right now, I'm going to turn it on and you will see what that does. So this alone is measuring into the red at around about 0.7 volts per meter. Now I'm going to turn on the Bluetooth on my phone and see if I can do some sort of file transfer. So I'm just going to use, right now everything is on flight mode, so there's no Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or anything coming out of this, no mobile data, nothing. I'm going to turn the Bluetooth on there. So now we've got two devices that are trying to speak to each other, and you can see that that is actually producing a lot more noise. It's not just noise, of course, though, is it? It's okay, so now I'm connecting my mobile to the computer, and I'm going to accept that connect request on the computer. So the wheel is whirring, and that is what is going on as those two devices try to speak to each other. Bearing in mind at the moment there's no data transfer at all. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. This is literally just two devices trying to find each other. If I come anywhere near the screen, that's probably going to be even more. So that is actually still trying to connect for some reason. Okay, I haven't done it. Now it's trying to connect one device to another, and it's saying waiting for my phone to accept that connection. So let me just go and code show match the one below. Alright, let's see what's happening here. I've never actually done this before. Okay, so I think now we have two devices talking to each other. Let's see if I can transfer anything from here. Okay, it's saying file not sent, so still I've actually got nothing going from one to another. This is literally just the two devices trying to talk to each other. Now I'm going to turn those off. I'm going to turn the Bluetooth off on my phone. That's now off. I've turned it off here. And I'm turning it off on the screen. And it's quiet again. So please know that as useful as this might be for some things for data sharing, what you've heard isn't even the data being transferred. That is literally just devices trying to talk to each other using radio frequency microwave radiation, albeit non-ionizing, but shown to produce biological effects at very low levels, way lower than this. Children are not small adults. They have unique vulnerabilities that make them more susceptible to this. And what you have heard here is merely Bluetooth. It's not the Wi-Fi as well. If I turn the Wi-Fi on the screen, bearing in mind I don't have the router emitting, you'll hear this. And you'll see dramatic spikes, and it's the irregularity and the high peaks and troughs. It's the peaks that are biologically active. And if I turn that on my phone, it's off right now, but if I turn it on, of course the router isn't on, so actually there's not a lot going on there. There's no. If I turn the whole thing off flight mode, you will hear something different again. So this is now the phone is off flight mode and is actually on in a very Wi-Fi free environment, other than what's coming off my screen and the phone. So actually, again, no data being transferred there, just trying to find a signal. But you can see it's maxing out the meter. We've had a text message come in, and so that had created a spike. It's probably checking for mobile data. And I'm going to turn that to flight mode again. And I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off on my screen, and all will go quiet again. See, this is maxed out my meter. These devices are not to be used by children, and the exposure guidelines only they only are protective for 6 minutes duration and to protect you against shock and burn, the heating up of tissue. These frequencies that you're hearing on this meter are actually what are bombarding your cells, and this has an activation of voltage-gated calcium channels and an effect on the cell membrane that then has a whole host of biological consequences thereafter on a systemic level. So this is why effects can be seen, not necessarily immediately, but can be years down the line. So I hope that has informed you. I do believe that this is useful to hear what can't normally be seen, heard, smelt or tasted, but is a class 2B carcinogen, has been for a number of years, and many EMF experts and scientists doing the research would recommend that it would be a class 1 known carcinogen. Cancer only being one of many different biological effects, of course. Fertility, infertility being another worrying trend. So over and out for now, and I hope that's useful. Use flight mode.